What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week, fortnightly you might say, to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things that I've been getting my hands onto. This is episode 55, double nickel, and it is being filmed on February 21st, 2023, and I will be uploading it for viewing tomorrow. Well, I'll upload it tonight for viewing tomorrow. I'm coming to you from a very windy and actually right this minute sunny Pacific Northwest. I know, sun in February, it's strange, but it was dumping rain yesterday, like dumping rain yesterday. It has been very, very windy. So if you hear strange noises, right now it's the heat. Later on, it could just be the wind. It's been very, very gusty, very gusty. I welcome you. If you are new here, I hope you like what you see, and I hope you like and subscribe and do all the things. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me. I have a kitty who's looking at my tea right now, so I'm going to reach for it. I was smart and left the door slightly open today so that the cats can come and go at will, because we all know cats, and they come and go at will. Anyway, today I am drinking a mint chocolate like the cookie oolong from Plum Deluxe, and it is really, really good. I think I might have to buy more when this one is gone, because it's super good. Super good. Where am I going to put this? I have things where I should put my tea. We shall do that. It'll work. I have some notes because I do. because I cannot remember my own name anymore, it seems. It is what it is. So, shall we begin? I think we should. First off, I have some FOs. I know. It's wacko. I have been getting into this whole pillow thing, and dough bowl pillow thing. I don't know who I am. So I decided to make some strawberries. Berries, strawberries, whatever you call them. And so I purchased a kit from Under the Woolen Willow? And I made her winter berry set. And they are kind of adorable, and they are very sweet. And I filled them with plastic pellets as well as some fluff. So they have a bit of weight to them, which I like, and I will be putting these in my bowl. But look. Focus. Be nice to me, camera. You don't want to be nice to me. There we go. See, there's a nice snowflake on this lovely white one with blue seeds. There is a candy cane on this wonderful stripy one. Please do not look closely at my bows. I do not know how to tie a decent bow. They're atrocious. They're ugly. That is okay. I will learn. It's my motto for the year. It's not, but whatevs. And then a little heart. Focus. There we go. Beautiful focusing, camera. I am very proud of you. On this little red guy. Anyhow, they were kind of fun to do. They weren't difficult. I want to make some of the stitching berries that I've been seeing a lot of people making last year and all of that, but I didn't want to try to create a berry with my stitching before trying to do something, and so doing it with felt was really easy. Don't know if that will translate to linen, but on felt I was somewhat successful. Obviously need help with the whole bow issue. Anyone have any good ideas for how to make a decent bow? Because this girl, she needs help. I remember last week, not last week, but 2 weeks ago, I'd been mentioning that I was waiting for the Hands-On Designs Gather Round series, and how I was supposed to be getting it the next day. It took like 2 more. The post office decided it wanted to keep it in Memphis for just a little bit longer. I guess it needed some sun or something. I don't know. But it did arrive, and I proceeded to stitch the heck out of it and finish it, and then fully finish it. And I will put a picture here of what it looks like displayed, but because the display is literally tied, I couldn't take it down. So I am just going to show you the rounds. So this one was Cottage Wildflowers. Oops, let's put that there. There we go. Cover the face. You don't need to see the face. You're here to see the cross stitch. You are here to see the cross stitch, and it is so cute. And then this one is Wildflowers. Yes, I did it over one because I liked it and it was pretty. And then what was Quilted Wildflowers, I believe this one was. I had issues with this guy. I did. Stitched him up, looked at him and went, something looks off. I saw a couple of people working on theirs. I'm like, that looks weird. What is it? You see this white? This lovely white in this quilt block here? I stitched it this yellow color of the stamens. It made my quilt look dirty. I was like, am I going to be happy with that? I could just leave it. I could just leave it. I looked at it again. I was like, don't like it. I could leave it. I mean, I've already finished this one completely. I couldn't leave it. I didn't like it. It looked dirty, like I said. So I hunted out a, what are those things called? Seam ripper. That's what they're called. I hunted out a seam ripper, which I evidently owned. I had one. So I hunted it down, found it. I know. I was as shocked as you all. And proceeded to rip out all of the wrong yellow threads. And then take some tweezers and pull out all the little fluffs that were left. And then restitched it so it was accurate. So now I have all three, and they are fully finished. And you can see I slowly learned how to get rickrack on a little bit better. Each one is slightly better than the one before. But finishing is a learning process, and I am obviously learning. Anyhow, I have these all finished up, and I find them absolutely sweet and adorable. The backs are horrendous. But if anybody is walking into your house and looking at the cross-stitch backs, smack their hands and tell them to walk away. That's just rude. Anyhow, I'm very happy with them, and I'm very proud of myself for getting them done almost immediately. Like, popped the box open as soon as I could, started stitching away. It felt really good. And so when the next ones come out, whenever that should be, I think the next one is Butterflies was the hint she gave. Gathering Butterflies, probably. Kind of hoping. Now, I have no clue what the next ones are. I'm kind of hoping, though, that winter, not sorry, winter, but autumn would be like Gathering Leaves, because that'd be awesome. Gathering Leaves, autumn, leaves. And that winter might be like Gathering Snowflakes. That's my thought. Probably wrong. Probably completely wrong. But that's kind of my hope. We'll see where we end up. Those are my fully finishes. I know, technically like 6 items. I would call them 2 projects, but 6 items. So I either have 6 things done or 2, and 6 sounds a lot more impressive. So let's go with that. Right. I also have, I hid it over here. Where did it go? I have, in my knitting, I have a hoe. Let me work on my hoe here, because I wasn't prepared, because I'm a professional. And why would I be prepared? All right, I have a hoe. Here's my hoe. Yes, I have one of my Farmer's Daughters Fibers Sock Squad socks finished. This is in her colorway Bitterroot, and I am doing Sign of 4 by Anne Hansen. I remember the name. And when I was last here, this marker shows where I was, and I finished the rest of the leg and the foot. I am trying to get the Sock Squad sock, the Sock Squad sock yarn sock sets finished each month. That was kind of a tongue twister. Anyhow, I'm trying to get those done, like I said. I'm slowly working on it. Here's where I am on, there we go. Here I am on sock 2. I am partway through the leg. I am about, not quite, but about where I was on the first sock 2 weeks ago. So I obviously need to work a little faster on this sock if I want to finish it this month. I think I also got my notice for, hey, we're gonna charge you again, or we're about ready to charge you for the next sock. I'm like, but I'm not done with the February one. Duh. So I really do love this pattern. It's just wonderfully squishy. It's just knits and purls, but it makes for a wonderfully squishy, fun textural pattern, and I like it in the Sock Squad sock yarn. It is their Rocky Mountain Pearls, which is their 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon high twist, 400 yards. I am doing these on a US 2.25 millimeter. So it's a US 1.5. It's a 2.25 millimeter. US has weird numbers for their stuff. They really do. But I do very much enjoy Farmer's Daughters fibers. The other thing that I have been working on reverse knitting wise has been my Gauge Dye Works icebreaker shawl that I'm doing in the lovely self-striping shawl yarn. And I am not as far as I would like to be, but I will explain. I'm doing this one on a, I think it's a 6. It is a US size 6, 4 millimeter. And these are my Hiya hair sharps. Here is my shawl. So this is just a basic triangle shawl. But when they sent out the yarn, they also sent out a suggestion for patterns. And this was just a basic, like I said, a basic shawl. And they had you answer questions. And depending on what you answer, you do a different stitch pattern in each thing. So like here it was just your stitching. Here it was, I don't remember, but it made you do a rib. Here, I don't remember, but there's a knit purl somewhere in here. Here, I remember the question because it was, do you like symmetry or asymmetry? If you liked symmetry, you did the rib on both halves of the shawl. And if you liked asymmetry, you did it on only one half. And for some reason, my brain thought it was highly amusing that I am doing a triangle shawl, a basic triangle shawl, which is perfectly symmetrical, but I like asymmetry. For some reason, that delighted me. I remember this pink stripe. It was eyelets for every year you've been knitting. I think I randomly chose 13. I think it's longer than that, but I don't remember. This one for the yellow stripe, it was, do you like the future or the past? So these little triangles that I made here, they either point to the future or they point towards the past. I had just finished reading this lovely, lovely book called, I forgot the name, but it's about a tea monk and a robot, and it was really, really good. It was utopian without being saccharine, sweet, and disgusting. It was just optimistic and happy. It was a very sweet book. I'll put the title here because I can't remember the name. Something About the Crown Shy is the second book, but the first book is gone. Anyway, it made me very optimistic about the future, which I'm usually not, and so I decided future was a good choice. This next one was you put close eyelets if you started the green on a right side row, and you put far spaced eyelets if you started on a wrong side row. You can see, close spaced eyelets. And then this guy down here that I've just finished, you can barely see the pattern because it's right next to the needles. So it probably won't look good until next week, next filming, is what type of pet you have. I have cats, so I did the cat one. The next color will be, I think it's the blue again, isn't it? Yes, it's the dark blue again. Boop, it'll be this color again. And in it you get to do Braille. So they have a setup for Braille, so you can put names, your own name, somebody else's name, a sentence. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. And then the last one is, I think it was do your own thing. It was kind of like dance party, do your own thing. So I would be farther, except for the fact that starting on this stripe all the way through this stripe, I hadn't quite gotten to this dark gray, I stitched that all without any increases. But this is a triangle. That means every right side row you have a increase here, you have an increase here, you have an increase here, and you have an increase here. So that's 4 increases. Every right side row, 4. And I did 3 full stripes with 0 increases. It looked very strange. So obviously I ripped it out because what was I thinking? I don't even know. No clue what was going on in my head. Don't understand. Just fail. Miserable fail. I swear. But it looked funny. It looked really funny, especially since the rest of the shawl had the increases. So it was all wee, 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 wee. Sucked in. It was awful. But I'm still enjoying this, and I'm still finding Gage Dye Works magic. Magician, sorcery, all sorts of things. Because look at the stripes. Just look. Look at the stripes. That's how it's dyed. Yes, I know, I keep going on this, but I am not adding yarn. No. It's just the way it's dyed. No, I'm not changing colors. I'm just knitting. She's a magician. She is a super magician, and I absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. It's amazing. I'm hoping that I will have this done by next time. Ah, so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Ugh. Feels silly. I'd be so much farther. I'd have at least 2, maybe 3 more stripes done. I'd be close to the end. Had I not messed up. Living in this lovely little bag. Doctor bag by Ginger Snap. Now, stitching wise, I showed you my gather round. I did all of that. And the other thing I was working on last time, and I told you what I was trying to get done, and it is my Serratorium. And I did, in fact, get all the way down. So I'd stopped, I think, somewhere up here somewhere is where I was last time. So I came down and I finished this dude, and this dude here, and the 7 and the T, and this over 1Z. Over 1Z. But, I am just loving Serratorium. She is gorgeous. So gorgeous. I know in here there's the whole over 1 Serratorium Ackworth cartouche. But I need to fill in this area. It's looking all empty over there. Maybe that's where I'll head next time I pull this out. It's up here and finish down this side. Then I can finish the center. Then I can finish the center. Yeah, there's a few more pull-outs for this one. A few more times that I will have to pull this out and work on it. But isn't it gorgeous? I mean, it's so pretty. I love Quakers. They are just so fun. They really are. So pretty. I'm very happy with it. Considering I've been working on it for over a decade, I should be happy with it. It'll get done. It'll get done. This year is the goal. And that, I think, is all of my whips. Let me double check. Yep. Yeah, I am not as productive this past 2 weeks. Because, you know, when you rip out half a shawl, definitely shows, yeah. And, I had to figure out how to do berries and do the combining for the gather round, which I'm really glad I did. Don't get me wrong, but it takes time to do those things, and I'm bad at it, so it takes more time. And ripping out and trying it again, and ripping it out and trying it again, and ripping it out and trying it. It takes a while. It takes a while. Right. So that is my WIPs. So what are my plans? That's a good question. Obviously, finish my socks. Finish my shawl. If I succeed at finishing both those knits, I really will, I promise I will actually start my big cozy cardi. I will. It's living right over there in a bag, staring at me every single day going, "You've been saying for over a month now that you would start me. And here I sit in a bag, lonely, ignored, depressed." But if I finish those two things, I will start it. Cross my fingers. I will, and I'm excited to do so. Stitching wise, yeah, I'm having kind of an issue stitching wise because I want to start, no, not start, I want to work on nothing. That's not true. I want to work on a lot of things. It's just they all seem to have the same level of want to work on, so no, none of them have come jumping out going, "No, really, you want to work on me?" I'm like, I want to work on that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And so I'm not working on any of them, which is why I said I don't want to work on anything. Because I want to work on several of them. I can't work on any of them. Does that ever happen to anybody else? I swear, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Because yeah. So, things I want to work on. I want to work on my Stephen King house. It's been calling to me. Really want to work on it. I want to work on the Moons of 2022 by Kathy Barrick. I want to work on the moons. I want to get that full sky filled in because I want to play with silks. I want to work on A Mind Independent and Free, which is a Carriage House Samplings, because I want to. Do you have to have a better reason than that? No, I want to. I wrote down a couple others. What did I have? Oh, I feel like I should work on my Dark Queen of the Sea, Forest, because I am at through part 4, and they've released 5 and 6, and they're almost getting ready for part 7. So I'm getting behind on that, but I want to, and it's really pretty, and I haven't. And I feel compelled to also work on Supernatural because I got so far behind on it and it's just sitting there, and it wouldn't take that much effort to finish it, but I'm just not. And so it sits. There was something else I wanted to work on. What was it? Ah, Thriller. My Thriller, the sampler by, I forget who. Rosewood Designs? No. No. One moment. I gotta go look. Sampler Cove. Thriller. Thriller by Sampler Cove. This puppy. What is it? 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 I don't remember. Thriller. I have my WIPs over there. They're more organized than the tossing would indicate, but that was just me putting it back over there so that it doesn't get confused with the stuff that I have out. So yes, I have all these projects I want to work on. None of them are calling louder than the other, and so I'm not working on any of them. That's actually problematic because I want to work on things. I'm just not. Instead, I'm staring at my phone, randomly running around the internet watching Postmodern Jukebox episodes. Or not episodes, videos. That's what I'm doing. Which means I'm also behind on watching my Flosstube. I am like a week and a half behind. I'm never gonna catch up at this rate. Anyhow, those are my plans. Help me. Help me. Tell me what to work on. I even tried the whole put it on a wheel, spin it. And I was like, yeah, but I also want to work on this other one. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I don't want to start anything. Like I have all these other projects. No, that's not my problem. I don't want to start anything. I just want to work on everything equally, and so working on nothing. I know. Anyhow, I am up to date on my WIPGO. So I have finished all of my stuff for WIPGO this year. It's February, it's only this month. I have finished my 1900 stitches. That was Sarah Totham. She succeeded in finishing that goal for me. We do not yet know the call for the next month, but I'm impatiently waiting. No, that's not true. I'm not impatiently waiting. I'm just calmly waiting. She'll call it. I'll roll my dice. I'll find out what stitch numbers. Maybe that will encourage me to find a project to work on. I don't know. Other than that, that's kind of it. Yeah. So let's get on to life stuff. No, not life. Haul. I have one thing. I mean, technically I have two because one was the gather round thing, but technically I have two things, but the gather round, I used it all. I used it already. Well, not all of it because they gave you all the magnets in this one. I can understand why, because man, those things are strong. And trying, because they gave them a whole stack of 12. I'm trying to get one off, and I'm like, how do you get just one? It's very difficult. I can see why they didn't want to do that 4 times. Anyhow, I have my Knit Spin Farm yarn for this month, for February. Isn't it pretty? It's all sorts of rainbowy. It's even stripes in pink, orange, yellow, and 4 hues of blue, like a sunrise on a cold winter morning. And it is called Joy by Sunshine, the Goodest Goat. And that is Sunshine, the Goodest Goat. I just love that. The Goodest Goat. So I have no clue. I have no clue at all what when I'm going to work on this, but I have to find something goaty for these socks because it's the Goodest Goat. Whatever, makes no sense, but the Goodest Goat. And so I shall slide that in there. Also life things. You may notice that my backdrop has slightly changed, and that suddenly all of my yarn is in bags. And that would be because moths. Evil, nasty, yarn-eating moths entered my craft room, and I murdered them. I smote their ruin upon my doorframe. It did not stop more from coming, and so all of my yarn is now protected. The offending yarn is being treated, and by treated I mean frozen, unfrozen, then frozen again to kill all the moth. None of the rest of this has any moth sign or moth problem. It's just one thing. One. Luckily, it was not my most expensive yarn. Hooray. Because that's usually what moths do. They go, is that your favorite yarn? Looks delicious. Is that cashmere? Even more delicious. Is that something you can get every day, anytime, and it's $8 a skein? And that'll be down the road. I'll get there eventually. Anyhow, I was quite annoyed, still irked, but because of that, all of my yarn is now going to live in bags, because I would rather have pretty yarn in bags, moth-free, than pretty yarn display full of mothy yarns you can't use. Weird that, huh? So I have a little pile of yarn that is in a bag right now that I'm going to take care of. And the project bags I have, those are fine. Those are still fine because they're sealed. The moth can't get into them. But this, it was just pretty and out there. And yeah, all the yarn that's in these guys, all sealed up now. All sealed up now. So not half as pretty, but 10 times as protected from evil moth. I swear. Those critters. Those critters irritated me, made me mad. So that's also a day and a half worth of crafting time that I did not get because I was moth proofing and demothing and all of that. Maybe I should be very proud with the amount of stuff I did this past 2 weeks, considering everything else that I had to take care of because of life. Other than that life stuff, just normal life things. We're gonna go sign a loan to give up a kidney, a lung, a spleen, our firstborn son, so that we can get a home equity loan to pay for the deck that we need to put in because the deck is huge and expensive. I'm exaggerating here. We're not going to sell our firstborn son. No worries. Who knows about the kidneys? It is pricey. But yes, so that's on the menu for today. The guy just came up and looked at me funny, so now I'm quiet and feeling awkward. When you leave the door open for the cats, evidently, you also leave it open for the guy to go. What are you doing? It's very awkward. Very weird. I like the door shut better. Now I'm all awkward, because he's right over there. Anybody else deal with that? Being awkward because your family's in the room or the next room staring at you, looking at a camera, chatting to it like a weird person. Because now I'm weird. Now it feels weird. So, that's it with life. Not quite true. This weekend, my partner and I are putting on our annual chocolate party. Every year, for years, we have held a chocolate party a couple weeks after Valentine's Day. And we haven't done it since before the pandemic. Because, pandemic kind of got in the way of a lot of things. Chocolate party seemed low on the list. So we are going to be having our chocolate party where we invite tons of people over to our house. And we have chocolate and things that go with chocolate and other foods and drinks and chocolate cake martinis. Have you ever had a chocolate cake martini? They are delicious. Just saying. If you enjoy booze, they're delicious. We also have tea and coffee, and you don't have to drink because that's not the point. You don't even have to actually like chocolate. You can show up and not eat any chocolate. It's fine. We'll have fruit. We'll have bread. We'll have all sorts of yummy things. We all hang out and we chit chat, and it's an excuse to get people to come down to visit us because they always say, oh, why don't you come up? Because magically it's a shorter drive, evidently, if you go north than if you go south. It's not. It really isn't. That seems to be how it goes. The reality is, there's more of them up north, of our friends, so it makes more sense for less of them to drive, so we go north. But once a year. Excuse me, what do you think you're getting into? Stella? What are you getting into? Don't eat the plastic. Don't eat the plastic. She likes to put her mouth right next to plastic and chew it. She doesn't actually chew the plastic. She chews next to the plastic. It's a very strange thing. Very. Anyhow. There's going to be some random cuts through all of that last bit because sitting quiet and awkward is probably not fun for you to watch. Me sitting quiet and awkward. I mean, if you're sitting quiet and awkward in your own house, do your own thing. Enjoy. You do you. But me sitting here on a film thing, sitting quiet and awkward, I don't think you want to watch that. So there's going to be some weird cuts. Weird edits. Just saying. Because awkward. There was some awkwardness. Just saying. What? No. Would you stop? And now I'm fighting with a cat. That's it. You're getting tossed out next time. You are detrimental to filming. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Cares not at all, as long as I give her scritches. I evidently don't want to go. I think I don't want to go because I feel like I need to stitch on something and I still haven't figured out what. So seriously, people, tell me what to stitch. I have no clue. None. Right, I am going to go. I'll let you guys watch all the floss tube that I'm behind on. But yeah, I'll catch up. I'll catch up. That'll be my, not goal today, but that'll be my goal for the next week or two. Try and catch up. And I'm going to maybe make some more pillows. Seems to be a fun thing that I'm doing right now. Or berries. Maybe I'll practice bows. Because this is pretty sad bow, people. How do you make a pretty bow? I do not know. And yes, then I will edit and I will go sign some paperwork and I will do all the other things that I need to do for the week. Would you She licked my foot. She licked my foot. She licked my foot. That was kind of gross. All right. I'm gonna go. And now she's licking my arm. Ah. I'm gonna go. It's all good. My cat will eat me when I'm dead. It's fine. It's good. I will see you. Enjoy. Take care. May you have a good 2 weeks, and I hope to see you again then. And I need to go pet this cat before she... Yeah, I need to go pet the cat. Talk to you later all. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful 2 weeks, and I will see you in March. I will see you in March. Later. Bye-bye.